Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Universal show check. Let me get some levels up in the building this morning. Definitely want to say good morning and welcome to another installment of the world famous Universal show. Special K, I'm in the building. We're just getting on some music back to back. We had a few texts this morning. Sometimes the gremlins, they just want to, do you know what I mean? They want to come down, do you know what I mean? And go to places where it doesn't concern them. But we've got the engineers on the case and they're making sure everything is crystal clear this morning. So definitely want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're situated around the world. Nice to have your listening ears. You know, Saturday mornings, you know, it's never the same. Always an element of surprise. And as I always tell you, week after week, we always have the best guests in the building. All right? It is interview season. Always have the best guests in the building. And I've got my first guest waiting in the wings this morning. She's here. She's ready to go right here at JusCoolRadio.
How you doing?
How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. It's so early. Oh my gosh!
I know.
You know what? Did you know that I'm a nightclub artist and a late night person and this early morning. You know, it reminds me of when I used to make sandwiches in the 80s. You got to get up early and wash
sandwiches.
The lettuce.
What kind of sandwiches?
They were different types.
Yeah.
You can have pate with tomato.
Yeah.
You could have bacon with the avocado. You could have cheese and pickle, and different egg and mayo, things like that. But we had to get up early because you had.
No, but Angie, we're gonna go back to that because you was privileged then. You was really, really privileged because I'm talking about jam sandwiches, but you're talking about a whole heap of other things in your sandwiches.
Yeah, but I was a sandwich lady going around the offices.
All right, okay,
yeah, so
all right.
It had to be. The sandwiches had to be kind of more sophisticated,
And if you're from my era, we're talking about sardines in your sandwich.
All right, you're talking about spam, darling.
Right, so listen, we've got my first guest in the building, and it's a pleasure to have her in the building this morning. Angie Brown, one of the golden, and I would say, you know what? No, let me rephrase that. One of the platinum voices of the UK.
That's so nice.
Yeah? No, wow. Platinum voices of the UK, right? Now, there's going to be a lot of people logged in this morning, Angie. They're going to be like, Angie, who's that? I've never heard of her.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love that because we like to educate.
Yeah.
That's what we like to do. We can't just assume everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to educate them this morning. Okay. But we know that your voice is very synonymous with a lot of house tracks and just soul music in general.
And Mark Morrison.
And of course, we're going to get into it. And of course, there's going to be listeners this morning who know your journey, know what you're about. Yeah. But this morning, we're going to talk from the bases that we don't know where you're coming from.
Because I'm 62 now. That's old.
No. Classic.
That's classic. Okay.
Classic. We need to salute that.
We need to salute that. And I shouldn't put myself down.
No. We should.
Black don't crack and all of that. But
now in the media, we're going to get into it, Angie, because in the media, obviously, there's an ageism issue, right? They don't like to promote
ageism, colorism,
absolutely,
fatism.
Right?
Yeah.
So on this show on Saturday morning, we support age because not everybody can live to that age. And a lot of our musical brothers and sisters haven't made it to 62.
I know.
Right? So we salute that. So 62, you're still healthy, you're still here to tell your tale. So we salute that first and foremost. All right? So let's take it back to basics.
All right.
Young Angie Brown. So if you're 62 now, so we're talking, how many years ago was your introduction into music in general? Your introduction into music. Where was can you remember who you started hearing as a young Angie Brown? What would you listen to?
Oh, we're going back. So, okay, because I grew up in Brixton. So my parents were Brixtonians. My parents came from Jamaica. My dad came in 54 and my mum came in 55, And my mum came to join dad and she was like, Alfred, you can't do these things on your own. You have to, she wanted to, because my mum was the mover and shaker.
Right.
So my dad, he's the one that just plodded along with whatever Alma teen wanted. Yeah, it was like that. So we lived in Gately Road in Brixton, and it was a really, I don't know. I went to Stockwell Primary School. It's just a really nice, being a Brixtonian is a good place to grow up. So it makes you a very well diverse and very balanced person. And even though, so I was born in '63, so I would have been a young kid in the '70s, knocking on doors and running and all of that kind of thing, and playing in the Angel Estate just got built, and it was
Angel
really
Estate.
nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice. We used to go and play over there. But I think that what happened was when I was little, I used to go to Stockwell Congregation Church, because people sometimes say, "Did you grow up in the church?" But it was like, there weren't black churches really. There was more, it was oh, praise the Lord,
Yeah.
how great thou art, mama. So as I used to be in the Brownies, and my mum used to come to church with me and take me, because she used to get active at school and in the church. Anyway, when she used to be singing, I was about maybe 3, 4. I'd be looking at this woman because she's like, how great thou art, how great thou art, then sing to my soul. She's like this. And I was like, why is her voice reverberating around the whole
Wow.
church? And I thought, I said to my mum, your voice is nice. And she said that, yes, them used to come from far in Jamaica and come and listen to me sing. And I thought, no, really? And then she used to tell the story. She said, when we have the baby, when they ball out, and I hear my babies. She said the voice was like a bell. I can remember my mum telling me that. I mean, both my parents have deceased now, but I would say that I got my love from singing from my mum. And my mum, because she was a mover and shaker, like I said, she used to have the illegal drinking parties, that what we call maybe a shubin or whatever you want to call it, right? Because my mum used to say to my dad, come on, Alfred, make a little, make a little change and because my mum was one of the people in Brixton who encouraged like cousins and uncles and aunts and the people around her, the black people around her, to buy their own houses, because before they had their children, they was gonna just wait 5 years, get the fridge on the car, and then go and maybe some savings, and then go back to the West Indies. But I think that kind of that game changed once they had children. So anyway, my mum used to have like all the big. I don't remember them all. My brother would remember them, but Jashaka and Saxon and all the sound systems that go. King Tubby was one of them.
Wow.
All the Brixton sound systems used to come and play in our house.
Wow. That's history.
Absolutely. And Sir Coxon and somebody else called Lloyd something. I mean, I was little. Do you know when you're little, you're just kind of, you want the long life beer, isn't it? You want that, and you want a patty, man, and then you can go back upstairs and jump on your aunt's coats and stuff. And basically, where I heard what I'm trying to link it to is the amplified sound, right? So that it was like they were listening to my baby don't care.
Yeah. Nina Simone.
And they would wear all the sort of pencil skirts and things and get spun around, and they do the jive, and then they'd put on some Toots and the Maytals and
hugging up the big mug.
Yeah. Genesis, I mean, just that whole Desmond Dekker, Tom Jones, maybe some, we cannot deny it. In the West Indian background, we listen to country music. So what I was trying to say is, like, I grew up without the colorism thing. It's not like when I went to stay with my cousins who lived in Elephant and Castle, who lived in a council flat, that I heard the N-word. I did not grow up. I didn't see colour. It wasn't really until I got to school.
Right.
I didn't see it, and I didn't I thought everybody listened to Desmond Dekker and
Right.
My Boy Lollipop. You know, those were the
Yeah.
tunes. Bim, bim, My Boy Lollipop. You know, I
Yeah,
grew
yeah,
up
yeah.
listening to that, and Johnny Nash. There are more questions than answers.
Right,
You
you're
know,
going
the
back.
song. Yeah.
Jimmy
So
Cliff,
Jimmy
R.I.P.
Cliff,
Yeah, of course.
and
Mm.
yeah, that's it's in my bones. No matter what, you know, what where you go or what you do, you know, in truth, I think that every single London black singer started out with the sound systems. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
it doesn't matter what genre you do. I can't say, yeah, I grew up in the church and I learnt my singing from, no, I learnt my singing from being, you know, following, you know, sound systems. I mean, when I was maybe 14, I
Mm.
started going. Somebody made up this afternoon club for black youngsters to go to, which was called it was called Clouds, and it was next door to where the Kentucky used to be, sort of that. It's across the road from the police station in
Right, okay,
Brixton,
okay.
and there was a club upstairs of those shops, and we used to go there, and I think that was when I first got on the mic and sort of like, you know, in between school and you know, I did Oliver and I tried to get a part of Oliver, but it's like, no, no, no. But you can be one of the work boys all the same. You know, you could be one of the, you know, it's like too dark and too chubby to be Oliver. But you know, but they didn't say that. But
Yeah.
now I realize, you know. But you know, I started at school, at primary school, you know, and then followed it all the way up. And what's been interesting in coming here today, I love it that you guys got the padding everywhere, but
Yeah.
back in the day, that would have been egg boxes.
Yes, yes, of
Yeah, yeah,
course, of
yeah. Remember
course.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of
So I've
course.
done that. I've done that.
Was that
You
before
know.
the black bin liners then, or was that the same time?
No, yeah, it was
Whoa,
slightly before the bin liners.
bin liners,
The
yeah.
bin liners was slightly more sophisticated because some of them had polystyrene behind them, and then
Right,
the
okay,
bin liner was there to give
okay,
it a polish. But
yeah.
you know, there's whole heap of times when they say, "Yeah, yeah, Angie, come sing, man," and it's an egg box studio, and you're like, you know. But the only reason why I changed from uh, singing, starting out doing Lovers Rock, like we all did. My cousin was in a little all girls singing group called 15, 16, and 17. And yeah,
15, 16,
so
17. Hold on.
don't ask me what the song is now.
What's the tune, Wayne? 15, 16, 17. Oh my. Oh, Black Skin Boy. No? That's not Black Skin Boy. Who sings Black Skin Boy? 15, 16, 17.
I know. And
Oh, that's going to bug me. That's going to
yeah,
bug
they,
me.
they, and they were doing really well at the time, but I think, you know, I hope Donna doesn't mind me mentioning it, but it all fell through for them because they know that they got ripped off. And I just thought, not being funny, like I don't want to work with my own, but I just didn't want to do something purist. I thought that the like reggae is going to be for a purist market,
Right.
right? And
Okay.
if you do it and do it well, you
Yeah.
need to do it in Jamaica and then sell it here. I know that people have gone on to, you know, like Lovers Rock is a British
Yeah.
form
Yes.
of homegrown reggae,
Yes.
but back then
Yeah.
it was still, you weren't taken seriously as if it came from Kingston.
No, I understand what you're saying. And then, you know what? It's a funny, that's actually a good point you made because there was a division around that time because a lot of people never gravitated towards the Lovers Rock sound.
Yeah,
Because
because
they
that's
still,
British.
yeah, that's British. They still love the Jamaican sound.
That's right.
Yeah, so there was that division as well.
Then
Yeah,
you had the same. If you grew up and you thought, I want to do soul music, then
yeah.
you can't do soul music and sell that back to the Americans.
Mm.
It wasn't gonna win. We weren't that good at it. Do you know what I mean? So really, for me, house music came along, and of course it was American, and in the warehouses, and a little bit left of center. It was gay. It was Grace Jones. It was Punky Monkey.
Very
It was
eccentric.
yeah, very
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 eccentric.
eccentric
Mm.
and eclectic
Mm.
and fantastic musicians like you know, Nile Rodgers and all of that. He couldn't even get in. That's why he came with his band to get in, you know, to get the recognition that he needed. So anyway, out of that whole we all know there's always an underground movement. So that's what house came out of that.
Right.
And then, of course, because of America and I might get in trouble for saying that, but it's such a segregated place when it comes to groups of people. And it was definitely a black, gay, random. It wasn't rock.
That's facts, though.
Yeah,
It
rock
is
or pop.
facts.
It wasn't rock or pop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So over here now, by the time house music hit us over here, we just sucked it up. We just sucked it up and sold it back to the Americans. And we've always done that. We've always done that. The Rolling Stones took Muddy Waters music and old blues players and that, and rocked it up
Yeah.
and sold it back to them in their droves. Well, that is exactly what house did. It came here, but we embraced it more because we've got. I'm not saying we don't have racism and we don't have divisions and all the isms that go on in life, but here it's just we're still a little bit more. We're more together on the music front anyway. We're just.
Is it because we're a smaller country and we're a lot more integrated? Like, as opposed to America, there are states where certain ethnicities don't even mix.
Yeah, that's
Do
right.
you understand? So if you go to certain states, it might just be all white or it might just be all black.
Yeah.
Maybe all Mexicans or whatever. I find like we're such a smaller place.
Yeah,
We're able. The music has kind of unified people in a way. It's quite multicultural, like our club scene
Yeah.
in England.
But I
And
don't think it's just. It's very easy to say, oh, racism is everywhere. That's
yeah,
just a part
100%.
of our lives, right?
Yeah.
But Europe, like historically, have been more accepting. I'm looking at the whole of Europe, just not England, because a lot of black soldiers did not go, after the Second World War did not go back to America. They stayed in Germany, France, and even Josephine Baker, the fantastic dancer with the she used to have the bananas on her hips, and she was doing all the sort of 20s moves. And the French loved her. A lot of European people, just for the racism that I'm getting in Europe is nothing compared to what's going on at home. So I think that I don't know if it's just maybe more tolerance. On a day-to-day basis, what people have to go through is a difficult thing, but en masse, Europe, the whole of Europe, whether you went to Italy, France, Germany, Spain, whatever, has been more accepting of migrants. Well, a lot of American black people were really were accepted here post-war. So yeah, so I don't, maybe it's traditions, maybe sometimes it's like you can't judge a person just by the color. You have to get to know them as a human being.
100%. 100%.
And I used to have jobs actually where because I've always been like, I know I'm black, but I don't have all of it, but I know that I'm black and I know that I can do it. But my general thing is like, hello, and then it's a little bit blonde. Do you know, it is a bit blonde, but this is the real me. This is how I'm like. This is a real, like, product of growing up in Brixton in the 70s. For me, this is what I'm like. So yeah, what am I trying to say? I'm just trying to say that I just think that I'm a sort of well-balanced person. I mean, the culture is there, and they lie side by side. I don't care if it's egg and bacon, bubble and squeak, whatever, and it's ackee and saltfish, rice and peas.
We embrace it all.
Yeah, the two cultures
Yeah.
lie side by side. So
Yeah.
I can't reject one or the other. Anyway, so to get back to the house music thing, that's how I got into it, because we embraced it. The Brits really embraced the house music and sold it back to the Americans, and they liked it. And I'll let you ask some questions. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Do you know what it is? No, you're saying all the right things. I love it. I love it, because I'm not supposed to be talking. You're supposed to be talking. That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Takeover show.
No, I love it. It's your platform. You say what you got to say.
Right.
What year are we talking when you got introduced to house music, and what was the track that you heard?
It's funny because I used to do Of course, I did a lot of rock music. I did a lot of pop, and I did session singing
Right.
for
Okay.
various people for many years to make a
Mm,
name for myself.
right.
And I went to a party in Crystal Palace with one of my sisters,
Mm.
and we heard the beginning of somebody else's guy. Right, we heard it. It was like you. It was like you. It's like the Kennedy murder. You know where you were in your life when you heard somebody else's guy. When Jocelyn is singing the beginning, and I just that had to be mid 90s. So mid 90s, I was sorry, mid 80s. Hey, I'm a shiny. Anyway, mid 80s, I was doing the rock stuff, the pop stuff, but I knew that there was that a new sound coming in with somebody else's guy.
Right.
That long a cappella opening and the way
Amazing intro.
she holds the note.
Yeah.
So I started going to a club called Singers in London. My friend Zetia told me all about it. And I thought, this is nice, this club. I want to make this club my home. And it's an open mic night. I mean, they're quite regular now, but that was one of the first in London. And we're
Right.
going back 30 years now.
That's crazy.
And I just thought, this is great. I'm gonna jam with the pianist. I'm gonna introduce myself. I used to be called Angela, and I just thought, no, I'm Angie Brown now, and I'm gonna introduce myself to people like they should already know me. I go, hi, I'm Angie Brown. I go, hi, Angie Brown, like they should have heard of me and stuff like that. And I did a lot of networking there,
Hmm.
and that was where the doors opened for me because I don't know if I can even hit those notes today, but I was singing R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. Like, and it's in some club, right, showing off, doing a bit of a
She
reefer.
said, "Can she hit them notes today?"
No, but
Yeah,
I
how
was
natural
out
that
there
was.
like,
That's just natural.
oh, mate, I haven't even warmed up properly.
And it's the morning.
And somebody, that's how I got the phone call, just saying, hi, Angie, we're looking for someone who can sound like Jocelyn Brown. We heard you doing a reefer, so we're just wondering if you'd like to come down for an audition. So before that, in the mid 80s, I was doing the Sandwiches. I was in EK1, which was a soul band down in Kent. I was the lead singer. I joined the Dirty Strangers, which is a rock band in London. They were based in Shepherd's Bush, and I learned all the dirty words, and I learned how to swear like a navvy, and I learned how to speak Cockney rhyming slang because they were the serious white boys. He was the only black girl, and crack on with Andrew. Cool, ball, blimey, on the head, son. Boom, boom. And I like, I'm just like, and I was
Oh,
like,
bro.
and when I just, that's another thing growing up in Gately Road.
Mm.
I never thought about class. I never thought about class, right? But then, in the mid 80s, and I was thinking that I'm a working class girl. Yeah, a working class girl. I'm from Brixton. But then you meet people who are really, really working class who've grown up on the council flat. And they're rough compared to me. I like, I don't know if I can deal with this band. I don't know if I can cope with them. And I like, yeah, apples from Perry Jane, up there, up there, and I'm like, I'm the only girl with this, and in the tour bus van, once someone would blow off and then they go, stop it, Ange, you're out of order. And it's like, I didn't do it, proper girl. Anyway, so the vibe was, I could make some money doing rock, and try and be like Tina, but this is before Tina's come back.
Yeah.
But Tina Turner's voice name would come up as a black singer that's done some rock and roll,
Mm-hmm.
and of course I'm gonna still face all these blockages. So I just thought, when the house came along, I just thought it was an easier slot to fit into.
Right.
So when the people came and asked me, can you sing like Jocelyn? I did an advert for McDonald's a few weeks before. I'd been to drama school.
Hold on, you did an advert for McDonald's.
Yeah, the link is, I'm going to show you what happened. So I went to, that when you go to drama school and they teach you the basics, be a professional, the show must go on, whatever.
Right.
And you use your what's in here and put it in use the gravity to you know, when people are singing and they're uncomfortable,
Mm.
you know about it.
Mm.
So I've had singing lessons with another Brixtonian lady who, her name is Nettie. I'm going to go and see her now. She's in her 90s.
Oh,
Right, she's
bless
in
her,
her
man.
90s
Bless her.
now. But anyway, so I used everything that I learned at drama school because I never tried to sing like Jocelyn in my life, right? So drama school doesn't, because you have to adapt your sound because I'm still singing like this, you know. I'm still singing up here. And
Right, right.
you
You're not singing
know,
from the belly.
no, I'm not
Yeah,
doing,
yeah, yeah.
or I'm resonating up here, you know, like, I don't know, singing like, you know, you make me wanna shout. No, no, it's here,
Yeah. All
not that.
nasally.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so when I did the McDonald's advert, I kind of proved myself. I went in and I used all my acting skills and put the energy down in my boots, and I went, so walk that walk to old McDonald's now, like that, and I did it, and I thought. Like this, and the guy, I remember Noel, we goes, we got it, Ange, we got it, and that was for advertisers, and I'm like, oh, you know, I can sound, I'm in my 20s, I
Hold
can
on.
sound 20 years older. This is good for me.
But you said you done that when you was in your 20s.
Yeah, I did that.
But you can still hear the power 40 years later.
I did. And
How
so,
have you maintained the power? Is
well, because of what Nettie's taught me, because if you're this the voice is just a tiny flap of skin. So
yeah.
and it reverberates to make the sound. But if
Yeah.
you think I've got to put a big sound out, if you push here, you're gonna damage. But if you use the gravity, and that's what I did, I used the gravity to propel the sound, and you kind of pull this down. It's a bit like, you know, naughty sex position a little bit, sorry. But you
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
the back of the
It's a
throat.
Christian show, you know. Oh, yeah, I deal with.
I'm sorry. But you pull the back of the throat down. That's the best way to
In it
say
way.
it. And it's like you're gliding past your vocal cords if you know, and it's really hard to. Some people naturally do it and some people don't. But I wasn't a natural. I was sort of singing, you know, brown girl in the ring, try I was here,
Right,
which
right.
is good.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're
yeah.
shallow as well. You need to get that into your abdomen anyway. So many years of seeing Nettie, you know, sing from your fanny, and you know, and if I'm 15. What is this woman telling me with the big piano in her front room? You know, you got a big piano in your front room because in our front room. We lived in it as a family, and my mum would rent out the rooms. You know,
Well, you're lucky because we
yeah.
weren't allowed in there.
Well, do you
So,
know
we weren't allowed in there. That was
Tell a
like
lie.
forbidden. That was forbidden.
It was the room behind the front room. We lived in that one. You know, the front room smelled of Mr. Sheen, didn't
Yeah,
it?
oh my
Yeah.
God, Mr. Sheen.
So yeah.
Listen,
so
you.
so,
Do you
so
know?
anyway, so let me just finish this.
Yeah, go on,
bit.
go on,
You
do
must
it.
ask me questions, I know, but I didn't want to forget to tell you how I got into the house. So, and that's what they did. They rang
No.
me. I knew that I could try and hit a Jocelyn vibe. I don't
Yeah.
know about all the notes,
Mm.
but when they played it to me, it used to be a whole song that I'm gonna get you. It had verses and not just the two.
Do you know what's mad about? Because we're going to get to that now quickly. It's mad because I always thought it was Jocelyn Brown.
What? My one?
Yeah, no, because you remember we're just thinking Bizarre Inc., right?
Yeah.
No, you remember I'm young. We're all young. So you're just thinking, this woman. Oh, is that Jocelyn Brown? Because remember, until you buy the record or see
Yeah. That's really lovely.
So I actually thought, me personally, I don't know about any other DJs. I actually thought when I bought it, I thought it was Jocelyn Brown. Until I bought the record.
The boys,
Yeah.
it was that whole movement of cassette to cassette recorder. You know, Alan Sugar, he made the Amstrad stereo.
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Yes, Alan Sugar
So
made, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that them boys, they were, I think if you were young, a bit like bedroom producers now, if you
Yeah.
were young, you can just twiddle some knobs and, you know, put the two fingers on the tape machine
Yeah.
and do mixes. I think that's how they got their deal. And there was a bootleg going around and everybody was rinsing that one bootleg. The bootleg had Ride on Time, it had all
That's
kinds
right,
of
Black
things.
Box.
Black Box, and Martha Wash, and
yeah.
I mean, there's people out there who will know it much more than me because I was still following all sorts of music really and trying to find that in. But the people who absolutely follow house will know the bootleg I'm talking about. It had Right on Time. It had all kinds of things on it, like a bit of Snap, a lot of Martha Wash and Lolita Holloway.
Lolita Holloway.
Yeah,
And you're calling the names.
Yeah, so they were two tons
Hit
of
and
fun.
Run, that tune she did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
so I thought it's a very American sound. If I can replicate that, I'm in there. And so I went to a studio in Kensal Rise, and I just did that, Why waste your time? You know you're gonna be mine. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get to you, sir. And I just did it. We're done. Yeah. And I said, hello, I'm singing at a wedding tomorrow, because you always go back to being a weedy Brit. I'm going to sing at a wedding tomorrow. I can't be burning out my throat. I'm saying this to my producer, who was Alan Scott, who was like, oh, you're all right, Angie. We've got enough. And then I did can you do some ad libs here? I'm gonna get you, boy. Get you now. And then was like, yeah, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Have I done it? Da-da. For finish now, quite ignorant because I had to sing at You're All I Need to Get By, which is in the rafters for me at a wedding the next day. So I remember that I wanted to keep my voice clean, and then I signed a contract. I did get it checked out by the agency that hired me. I think they were called the Vocal Agency back then, and I was supposed to get 1% of sales around the whole world and 3% everywhere in the UK. But I never saw any of that. But
why?
Yeah, but the song was a massive hit until today.
That's crazy. Now I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to apologize to you because sometimes it's just oversight. So me and another DJ a couple of months ago, we was just having a conversation on the phone about powerhouses from the UK.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you here why you're here today, because you need to get your flowers and the park and the garden and the roses and all these things. Now you need to get them. I'm going to tell you why you're here. So we was talking about powerhouses from the UK. And of course, Beverly Knight's name was in there. Misha Paris's name was in there. Joss Stone was in there. Jessie J was in there. We were just talking about Marsha Ambrosius, of course, from Floetry. Powerhouse vocals.
Yeah.
Vocals. Pauline Henry's name came up.
Okay, the chimes.
But I'm going to have to go and talk to my brethren after the show. How did we miss Angie Stone in that conversation?
Angie Brown.
Sorry, Angie. Rest her soul, Angie Stone.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but how did we miss Angie Brown?
Don't worry about it, because...
No.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, one of the golden platinum voices of the UK in the history of singing. Because there's not many, There's singers. I'm talking about singing. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real. And like when they talk about the Americans, they mention all the names, the Beyoncés, Alicia Keys, and then you got the singers like the Gladys Knights and the Patti LaBelle's and the Anita Bakers. Yeah. They're the singers. You understand what I'm saying? So you're in that.
It's interesting because
you're in that bracket.
That was a big hit in the States. So it's funny when I went on air, live on the air, they couldn't believe it that I was a Brit. They were like, Angie, where you from, girl? And I was like, I'm from South London.
That's mad.
And they were like, girl, we thought you were a homegirl. Anyway, can you do a little, like when I'm in Chicago, I listen to WKK, AABB, whatever. And you just give them an ident. But I remember every time I spoke to American people, they were like, wow, you come from the UK. And I said, but I grew up listening to soul music, just like Michael Bolton grew up listening to soul music, and his sound is quite black. Look at Britney Spears, look at Tom Jones. Look, Tom Jones probably listened to Ray Charles. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely.
can't. You get influence, but you know, I'm not trying to be American, but if I'm singing soul or house or you know, it doesn't work in a Brit accent. It really doesn't. And I find that it's easier to sing with that smile and that where the Americans, if you know anything about voice production and
Yeah.
pro- and how you actually, you know, get your voice out there. Like if when I see Jocelyn, because we're as a nation, we're quite cagey compared to the Americans.
Yes,
We're
yes,
a little
yes.
bit
Yeah.
like she would go, she'd take that breath and it's all here. She'd go, "Anne, girl, you know you my boo," and you're like, "Where's that?" Hello, Jocelyn. You know what I mean? You come across really, and I thought they prep it. The eyes are here, and even Australians are like, "Good day, mate. It's here." And then, but you being a Brit, it's on the throat. It's already
Mm.
you actually project from here. So I had to think. You know, they teach you in singing about the mask and visualizing. You have to visualize over the chords. Anyway, that's how I've protected my voice over the years.
No, I love that. I love
I've
that.
had I've been taught how to look after it.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorite singers? Give me a couple of your favorite singers.
Oh,
Male or female? Groups, doesn't
oh,
matter.
we all love Stevie Wonder, didn't we?
Yeah,
We
yeah, absolutely.
all
Absolutely.
all grew up with Stevie Wonder in the 70s. You know,
Mm, mm.
it's the smells and the sounds
Yeah.
really for me. The paraffin, the you know all of it. Aretha,
Yeah.
you know, Diana Ross, Dusty Springfield's voice is off the
Bad singer. Bad
scale.
singer.
So you
Mm.
know, people like that. Tom Jones singing "Fall in Love."
Yeah. Great singer.
Oh, that gives me goose pimple. Of course, you know we all grew up listening to the reggae as well, like Desmond Dekker. That could not, you know, that the guy is a genius. You know,
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
got a chance to see him live, but I know that people who saw him said he was on the speakers. He was like, you know, a bit like yeah, just like that proper James Brown type. You
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I love James Brown as well. I got to see him live before he passed away. All of these people were influential.
100%, 100%. Love what you're doing. If you've just logged on now, we've got the great legendary Angie Brown. She's in the building, breaking down her history, breaking down her story. And we have got another guest in the building waiting in the wings. It's a legendary moment this morning. All
Oh,
legendary. I love it. I
thank
love
you.
it. So listen,
Yeah.
right now, if you're being honest,
Yeah.
how you feeling the whole UK movement compared to 40 years ago? How you feeling? What's the highs and lows of this whole UK movement? Because you've seen a lot, right?
Yeah.
From bin liners on the wall to now everything's online.
Yeah.
Music's very disposable. It's all about
Very
streaming,
AI.
AI. What's your views right now on the whole industry?
It's well for me. Like I went on to get a really big record deal with
Mm,
4 Caucasian cute boys with the pudding bowl haircuts.
yeah.
This is the late 90s. Sorry, late 80s. We're going into the 1990 now.
Mm,
And they were called the Thrashing Doves. Now, the Thrashing Doves, you can actually go back in time and research them. When they were the 4 boys from Kent, they were on a TV show called Swap Shop. I believe that it was with
Swap shop,
my
man.
man Keith Chegwilling or something,
Yeah.
or Noel Edmonds, one of the two.
Yeah.
And they had a hit and miss show, and you
Mm.
had a paddle, and you either showed the hit or the miss. Anyway, I watched this show. Margaret Thatcher was a big guest on the show that day, and of course, she hated anyone that was slightly punky because it was the sort of the
Rebellious.
threads of,
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
punk music and anyway, these lovely white boys from Kent, they go on and they do their music. They're not looking all Mad Maxy with the shaved heads and the and Margaret Thatcher immediately said, yes, yes, I love these boys. They're going to have a hit. And of course, their career died overnight. I mean, it died
Oh,
overnight.
wow.
So this is prior to me working with them.
Mm.
So Ken and Brian, Ian and Kevin, they got in touch with me because I don't know what happened, but I can hear their record company saying, well, we've dropped you now. Margaret Factor said she likes you. She's not very popular with the people. Why don't you boys do something a bit more what the kids want today? They want soul to soul. I can see them saying that. So they auditioned. Well, no, I got a call. I went in the studio and I started out doing some backing vocals for the Thrashing Doves. They changed the name to the Doves, and it was all, very ooh and ah and very pretty. Anyway, they gave me one song on the album, which is called Beating Up in Love Again. And it sounds like a physical, but it's a mental,
Right.
Emotionally torn when you're in love with someone. Anyway, the album was called Affinity, I believe. And I was just a backing vocal, but I sang one song. We went around the whole of the UK with Level 42. We were the opening act for Level 42. So I was I couldn't have been, I think this is before I'm Gonna Get You. So what am I talking about? I'm getting my dates wrong because I'm Gonna Get You happened when I was 27. So I think I was probably 25, 26.
Okay.
And this song, Beating Up in Love Again, was recorded at Abbey Road with the London Philharmonic Orchestra playing away, I'm beating up, everything. Anyway, it got released, and then we subsequently got dropped from our label.
Oh.
But in South Africa, I don't know, it's kind of getaway, and it's like...
Really? They just took onto it?
Yeah, they hear it, they dance to it, they go to weddings, parties, everything. And I discovered it because of my husband, Mikey's. For some reason, the most random music ends up on YouTube, right? So I knew it was on YouTube, but I didn't know it was all over TikTok.
Right.
Anyway, the other part of that story is I became the lead singer, and we were Skunk Anansie before Skunk Anansie. So you got the black girl.
What? What are you telling me?
A little chubster with the soul voice, with the white boys doing this almost rock and country music, right? But we went to America, and of course we hit a brick wall straight away, and that was a really, really sad moment for me, because that's when I kind of realized about the color thing and the segregational thing. They had a problem. They said that I would have been a marketing headache. Because, and I thought, what about the college circuit and everything? What about breaking down barriers? What about doing this properly? Because, we'd spent money on it now, and the orchestra and the whole Abbey Road thing, and they actually tried to get the four boys to sack me, and offered them $500,000 to do it.
What?
Yeah, but the boys didn't do it. So that Affinity album was in the vaults at MCA or whatever for the last for 25 years, and it was given back to us. So we're looking at retweaking it, and so that's going to bring me to your question about nowadays, right? Don't let them fool you. They invented the mobile phone or cameras on everything to spy on us, but we've used it. The people have used it as our power to get somewhere, to communicate, whether it's Me Too, whether it's injustice, whether it's good, bad, or watch me baking a cake, or watch me get my boobs out, whatever. That phone or the internet has been a real game changer. Now, with music, you now you don't need to go to MCA or RCA or EMI. We know the money gets filtered down to some wrongdoings. For me, it's not Masons or whatever's below that and whatever's below that, because you don't know your boss's boss. So now that we're starting, since meeting my husband at the end of COVID, he's got a brilliant business mind. And he put a lot of things into perspective for me, where he said, Angie, you're singing better than you were in your 20s. You're still healthy. Touch wood. And he is like that.
Thanks, Ange.
Yo, DJ. Yo. And you're still healthy. So what you've got to do, all you're not doing is engaging with new music up on your Spotify. And I said, I didn't even know I've got a Spotify. And he said, you've got 3,000 monthly listeners. we can really up that. Because I've watched your live performances. I see how you entertain the people. Let me, help you. And I said, all right, you manage me, Mikey. And then we just turned it around. And he said to me, why don't we start our own label, which is the Angie Brown Music Group, ABMG. And when you've got dyslexia, you're like, is it AGMB?
Big up yourself.
ABM.
Big up yourself, you see?
So that's what
Mikey,
we're doing.
big up yourself, mate.
And we're
Can
doing
you let
our,
them see you, Mikey? No, they need to. These are moments. These are moments. We celebrate all moments. We celebrate everyone. It's a collective, right?
Yeah.
It's a collective. Yeah. My mum and Gran used to have a saying, one hand can't clap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the truth, do you understand?
You need the two.
But it's the truth.
And you
It's the
take one
truth.
hand and scratch the other.
All right. So
You know the saying when it takes a village to raise
It
a
takes
child,
a
but
village.
when
It
you have
does.
a
It does.
song, when you have music,
Yeah,
it takes
yeah.
a whole team to create.
100%. So
And then so
support the
Mikey showed me, like, listen, you need to be putting out tracks.
yeah.
And that's how we've done it. And the really positive thing is, like, and we can be transparent, we can have a clean heart, none of this PDD beating people, the list as long as your arm. Why can't we just come with a pure heart? We'll start our own label and we're going to be transparent, and the buck will start with us and finish with us.
I love that. And on that note, you know what you're going to do right now? You're going to introduce the new joint.
All right, then what the new one we're going to get you?
Yeah.
Okay, listeners, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on there. I'm just making you know. That's the other track we're talking. We're gonna get into the Get You after.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is one of the new tracks that came out. It came out on Thursday, and there's a lot of my splices, samples, and because my voice was available on a sample pack, so there's a lot of fragments of my voice out there in the ether. So a young man called DJ Toph, he came to me with the one line, and I just thought, it really does sound good. It was sort of going, it's that feeling, right? And I thought, it's really good. I can tidy it up, and then I'm gonna add a little, it's that magic, baby. Let me add some contrast and make it have more of a shape like a song, but not too songy for house people. So there's lots of hooks going round, and it came out on Thursday on Lizzie Curious on Curious Energy Records, and she's based down in Brighton. And when you're dealing with really lovely people who are so happy to deal with you, and we got it mixed and mastered and sounding amazing with John Craig, we just said to her, listen, we've got our people that we use to just tidy up the track and before it goes up on the digital service providers. And now it's out. It sounds amazing.
Let's hear it. Should we get to them?
Wait. We got to say, it's that feeling. What it's about passing your driving test first time.
Kaboom.
When you had your first child. Boom. I don't know. When your mum first straightened your hair. It's that feeling. When you first kiss somebody. It's that feeling. Or Friday and it's payday. It's that feeling. Yeah. And when you something good that you've really put your heart into comes to fruition, it's that feeling.
Can I just say something as well? And I don't say this lightly. I love your energy. Love your energy, man.
Thank you.
Clean energy. Love it. All right, here we go. Angie Brown's brand new single.
Lifts me up. Got that magic, baby. Can't describe. Lifts me up. Got that magic, baby. feeling, baby, can't describe. Lifts me up. Got that magic, baby, can't describe. Lifts me up. Got that magic, baby, 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 baby. Can't
Yeah. Love that. Love that. Angie Brown in the studio. Now listen, I told you it's a legendary morning this morning. She's not going nowhere. She's just gonna have a little break. We're gonna talk to our next guest, and then we've got a little surprise. Well, they don't even know yet, but we've got a little surprise. Like just the last 5 minutes of the show, because this might be the last legendary show for 2025. I mean, these kind of combinations don't come around too often, where you get two legendary artists in the building just like this on a Saturday morning. It's only the Universal show that can make it happen. All right, we're just saying. So Angie, once again,
Yeah.
it's so we could talk for hours, and
Yeah,
we're gonna do a part 2 in 2026.
Oh, wow.
100. No, we have to.
All right.
We have to.
Like a follow-up.
100%. Yeah. We'll just do a takeover. Yeah, we'll just do a takeover.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
But we need to get Wayne in because he's been waiting
Yeah.
patiently, and then
I'll see you
you're
later.
not going nowhere.
No.
You're coming back in, but we're gonna.
Be sipping like old lady style on a little cup of tea.
Yeah.
Over there.
But we got a little treat for them towards the end. So let's get Wayne in right now. Oh boy. Universal show Saturday morning. I'll tell you, the only way is Saturday mornings right here. So my next guest in the building, I mean, I don't even know what to say. We go back so far. I mean, the thing is, when I was a young juvenile, Angie, I used to cut my dub plates in a place called Holloway Road. It doesn't exist no more. R.I.P. Leon, and massive shout out to the Chris, the whole family, Wookie, the whole family. But yeah, that's how far me and this guy goes back, and the rest is history. The rest is history. He's here on a Saturday morning. It's such a pleasure to have the legend himself, another legend in the building, Mr. Wayne Marshall. Could you? Hey, listen, just make your way.
How you doing?
Good morning. Make some noise for Wayne, please. How you doing, my bro?
I'm good, you know.
Good to see you, man.
Yes,
Good to see you.
likewise,
Good to
man.
see you. Good to
Likewise.
see you.
As always, King.
As always.
Yeah,
Always. Been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So, like with Angie, and you know the funny enough, when you came the last time to my show, I think it was about maybe, I don't know if it was before the pandemic. I think you came
Yeah.
to promote a single before the pandemic,
Yep.
but it was a very quick impromptu.
Uh-huh.
And then I think we went straight into your music.
Mm-hmm.
There was no backstory.
Right.
It was almost, because of the time permitted that we had,
Yes.
it was straight into the project.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very unfair that we just don't give people just a little background.
Yeah.
Because if we don't tell them, how are they going to know?
How they gonna know?
We can't just assume.
That's right.
We can't do that.
That's right.
And not everybody researches.
That's right.
Not everybody researches.
And people need to know. Like it was so good hearing Angie Brown's story, because sometimes we see artists and stars up there and not really knowing. Okay, if just for argument's sake, there's other people who are inspired to join the singing ranks.
100%.
They won't know where to start.
Yeah.
And so hearing the backstory and hearing some of the challenges that each of us have gone through, gives them a point of, okay, at least a point of reference.
Yeah. Very inspiring and very encouraging as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So big up Angie Brown once again.
Big up Angie Brown.
Oh, a legend. Massive
inspiration for me too.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
100%. So Wayne.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're going to do this quickly because we've got like 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right. And we still need to get to the main clutch of why you're here.
So are you gonna ask me a question about how I met Angie Stone at Singers back in the day?
Angie Brown.
See,
I did that as well. You see, I did it. See, I don't feel bad now.
No.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to feel bad because you know how long I've known Angie. I've known Angie for years at Singers. She inspired me.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's
how much of a veteran.
Yeah,
this
real
powerhouse
veteran.
Is
powerhouse.
Real
powerhouse.
And always the same vibe. When I meet her, like when we got to know each other at Singers, when I meet her, it's the same way, even if we haven't seen each other for years.
And just to mention something about Angie again, look, we're talking about Angie now, like she's not here.
Oh, yeah.
Just to mention something about Angie as well.
Yes.
Do you know what touched me the most this morning? Do you know how much new singers will not come on and sing live?
Oh.
No. Because if you notice, throughout the interview, she was talking, singing.
Yes.
Talking, singing.
Yes.
Oh, I remember. New singers ain't doing that. They're looking at their management. No, I can't do this. No. We're not here for that. No. Oh, yeah, let me hear the instrumental first. Everything's an issue. Or a deflection from using your voice, which is the tool as to why you're here in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I find that with the OGs, they don't shy away from talking about their instrument, the voice.
Well, it's two different. It's two different things. It's two different. We're at two different places. One is about, that's why you find a lot of us as OGs, and like have massive hits, but no money.
Yeah.
Whereas the young guys, the young guys are on the money first. And maybe no voice.
I love that. There's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of truth in that. Yeah.
So which one is smarter?
Yeah. But the thing is with the hits though, you can perform one hit for 30 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they might make their money today, but they spent it. They spent that advance already.
All right.
But anyway, listen, we digress. Let's get back to a young Wayne quickly. Just give us a little, little history about Wayne, where you're hailing from, your introduction into music quickly. Could you do that?
I started from the church, New Testament Assembly, which is the first West Indian church to actually be in England, official West Indian, one of the first. So
but look at that. That's history within itself.
Yeah,
See, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So where was that?
It wasn't actually. It's a network of churches, right?
Right.
From the
Okay.
Caribbean, right?
Right.
So it's the first Caribbean churches. Our one was in New Testament Assembly, which was in Vicarage Road in Leighton. You had the first one, I think, if I'm correct, was Tooting.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if ours was the second or third, but the first one was Tooting. But yeah, it's a network of churches right across the UK. Yeah. So I grew up in the church and always loved music. When I was at school, sung in the choir. But I was always very much of an introvert.
Okay.
Even now still. But of course, you're doing music, so you have to learn. But and then kind of got into music from at school, secondary school. Literally lived in the music room. Got introduced to the sound system, Jatubbies, because I got introduced to dub music, and then got introduced to Jatubbies, which was one of the heavyweight dub sounds and stuff. And, they play right across the globe. They opened up the dub music, especially for Europe and these places, along with Just Shaka. They were the other side. Always played.
So Jatubbies, just to be clear, not to be confused, anything to do with King Tubbies.
Not King
Nothing
Tubbies.
to do with King Tubbies.
So
Jatubbies
was the dub. He was he's a white guy.
Right. Okay.
But heavy sound, and another sound that's come from was one of his mics, man, was Jasmine Joe. Now Jasmine Joe is like has a big, massive sound right now. but we'll talk about that.
Okay,
But
okay,
yeah. So
okay.
but like, so started from there. Got introduced to him. Introduced him to like the drum machine in dub music, because I was at school. I used to always make dub music,
Right.
like roots music,
Right.
with drum machines and stuff. So I introduced him.
Mm.
Had a group at the same time called Eradication. Eradication now. From Eradication came me,
Okay.
another artist called Little Clarky, who had hits on Jatabi's label, and
Mhm.
another artist called Colonel Mike, who had a hit called Life Is What You Make It. Massive
Yes,
song.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's
yeah.
part of our crew.
Okay.
When so the first so then started singing with sound systems, Jimmy Magic, etc., and then got as I was at school still cutting dub plates and stuff, I found Music House, which was Chris Hansen at the time, and he was in this little a little cupboard,
Yeah.
and he was he was cutting dubs, and I would go there and, oh, can you like give me half of a side of dub and just cut one of these tunes from school. So I was cutting, a lot of sounds. A lot of youth had sound systems as well at school, and I would cut my dub plates and they'll play it and stuff. So got from there and started working with someone named Sir Collins, another veteran, which I was running a studio called Roots Pool. It was known as the Frontline, Sandringham Road, where people would listen to music. Of course, they might buy a little one thing here and there.
Yeah.
But, so
Yeah.
But then, like, especially working at Music House, it allowed me to work with a lot of the big artists.
So you got to meet all the big
big
artists,
DJs.
all the big DJs around that time.
Yeah, because we was
Yeah.
one of the few cutting places
Mm.
that would actually allow people to sing live. So we'd
Yes.
be cutting a record
Mm.
as they're singing live.
Yeah.
I'm talking about artists such as Frankie Paul, Ninja Man, you name it, Freddie, even Dennis Brown, for argument's
Yeah,
sake, one of my
yeah.
favorite artists. And we, and they'll be singing live. The sound systems will come, cut the dub plate at the sound of the night. DJs, local DJs from like Kiss FM, because it was just up the road. So we'll be cutting records for like Jazzy B, we cutting records for David Rodigan, Troy Nelson. So and kind of just one of the things that, I mean, there's lots of stories from there, but just one of the things that always makes me smile was we worked with a person called a producer called Jalife. Big label, record label. You might have heard Barrington Levy, Murderer.
Yeah, of course.
All of those like massive songs, lots of massive songs, and that actually was my first label because I was introduced to him, and I actually did a song for him called Vibes and Tribulation. That was my first record,
First ever record.
but that was through working at Music House.
Right.
And I tell you,
How old was he then?
Cool. How was I? I think I was maybe about 21, somewhere around
21.
that,
Okay,
something like
okay,
that.
okay.
And
Yeah.
I think a great thing that came from that, well, from actually singing the song for him, the first time it got played
Mm.
was that iconic dance, Saxon versus Kilimanjaro in Slough. Saxon dropped that tune. I'm talking about thousands of people. The place was packed,
Oh wow.
right? But anyway, so just another thing that came from there. I mean, there's many things. Of course, we did the General Levy's and the Tipper Iries and a lot of Saxon but one of the things that came from there, I'll always smile at, is that Jalife came to America to England and left his master tapes because he had just finished this last tune. They said, "Boy, I got this tune, I hit tune here." And boy, but I left the master. I had to come to England, left the master tape. They said, "When I go back, I'm gonna mix this tune here." And boy, sure this tune is gonna blow up the place. Anyway, he came over with this cassette, like just a rough mix from the studio, no proper mix, and then like gave it to a few DJs. The DJs went mad for it. Boy, we need the tune. We need the tune. No, really? So remember, I said cassette.
Mm.
And so he said to Chris, "Well, Chris, what boy?" I said, "Chris said, boy, just make it work. Well, you're gonna go all the way back to America, make the thing work."
Yeah.
Chris fixed up the cassette, tuned it up, mastered it, and whatever from a hissy cassette, and that was Capleton's first #1 record, #1 on the Look Good charts. That
Wow.
was the tune.
That's history.
This is
That's history right there.
Music House has given me so much stories like that.
Wow.
Chris Hansen is just a legend, and I these are the people that we say these are our silent soldiers.
Yes.
These
yes.
are the people who just
Yeah.
like, we just want to see it work.
Yeah.
As Chris always says, boy, we just want to make it work.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
the funny thing is, if you'd never shared that story, how would we have known that information?
Oh my!
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You can't even research that and find that.
No, you're not gonna- and
Yeah.
Chris now is gonna tell nobody.
He's not going to tell nobody. But
So
Yeah.
so that was the and then from that I met Orlando Gittins actually from Soul Town.
Yeah.
He does the Giants and Lovers Rock and a lot of these. He's just I am just so blessed to be around some of the greatest people, that the greatest minds, and the greatest people that create. Angie's right here.
Yeah.
These are the great people, and I've got my part to say because I think there's things we are the greatest.
Yeah.
England, and I tell you, why that? Because we create so much greatness,
Facts.
but we don't create systems. That's the thing that we don't create.
Interesting.
That's what I believe. But anyway, so as I was saying, we'll go back to that another time. But as I was saying, so I initially met Orlando Gittins. He was like doing a lot of the street soul stuff. Everest, Maxine, these are songs that are blown up. But this was almost like this was a British sound because it was a mix between rare groove, but we had the reggae.
The bass line.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
The interesting thing, I remember talking to Elroy Bailey from Black Slate. So Chris Hansen was originally a guitarist from a group called Black Slate, a massive group. They've had a massive hit, Amigo. And Elroy Bailey was one of those that, he was one of the most requested reggae bass players in the UK. But he always used to say to me, boy, reggae, you don't know reggae. And this time I was getting into soul. And I'm like, no, man, what are you talking about? He said, reggae, man, reggae. Soon the world have to dance to reggae, And I'm like, nah, man, what are you talking about? You got soul and you got this and you got...
Yeah.
And he said, boy, and I come as a living proof to see that, that reggae has influenced all these different sounds right across
Absolutely.
the globe.
Yeah.
In terms of whether it's the mix, whether it's the production in terms of when you talk about King Tubby's, when we talk about house music, that's the King Tubby sound right there, live. So just kind of like seeing it's a pity Errol Bailey rest in peace, but what I'm saying is that we've got great minds around us that see things that we don't see at this point in time.
Yeah.
And
Visionaries.
Yeah, visionaries.
You know
what I mean? So
yeah.
we've just, for me, it's all about, going forward, it's all about how do we push these visionaries. So as I said, Orlando was one of those visionaries. He was doing a show at the Jones Girls. He did a Jones Girls show at, is it Hammersmith Palais? Or Odeon. Is that the one at Tottenham Court Road? Was that the one?
No,
Or was it Palais?
Hammersmith Palais is in Hammersmith, but Hammersmith Palais is not there no more.
Okay, so you've got
Yeah,
you
is
had
that right, Angie? Yeah, Hammersmith Palais. Yeah, that's gone, isn't it?
What was
That's
the one?
gone.
What was the one in Tottenham Court Road? Do you remember the corner? There was that Tottenham Court. There was that Odeon.
The one that used to be the Cockney.
I think so. That was right at the corner, Tottenham Court Road.
Yeah, I know the one.
So
Right.
he did a show there with the Jones Girls,
Okay.
and it was great. It was interesting because at the time I CDs had come in,
yeah.
and I was still working with a tape at the time. I was working, so I had this PA booked, and I'm doing the tape, and it's like. And the engineer said, "Boy, you got tape? Oh, boy, we haven't used that tape machine for years. We've got one, but boy, I'm not sure if we can actually even But he pulled it out and tried it. He said it's kind of working, but boy, we just got to work with it because that's all I've got. Anyway, so I said, all right, cool. So we started to So anyway, I was doing my set, and believe it or not, right? So the tape machine started to slow down. I'm hearing this tape machine slowing down, and as I'm singing, and it's like getting kind of towards the end, but it's slowing down, and the thing's slow, and I can hear it slowing down more and slowing down more and slowing down more. I'm like, oh my God! But you see what happened is by the time I hit the last note, the tape just went zoop, and I was up there on the high note, and let me tell you, the place erupted.
Serious?
People thought that was how it was supposed to be. And like, so as I was about to leave, because I was going to a next gig, Orlando stopped me and he said, like, boy, yo, we definitely have to hook up because I ripped up the place, right? And it was like, and then from there, me and Orlando hooked up, and then kind of, we started to put together this new project, which was involving like the King of Sex and Soul, Wayne Marshall.
Why? What was the attraction for soul that made you kind of distance yourself from the reggae scene, the dub scene? What was the attraction?
Well, it's crazy because again, I saw a lot of challenges with the dub scene. The dub scene very good, had a good cult following and stuff, but it's almost like we didn't get the TV. There was no TV, like dub music. What TV? No.
Yeah.
And I didn't know enough about the actual, in terms of sales and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't into it. I was just literally into just making music. And it was that thing of, boy, well, you can't get on TV. You can't meet the Queen. I still ain't met the Queen. She's passed away now, God bless her. But, and it's these kind of things that kind of said, okay, and of course people are always saying, boy, you should be singing soul. You should be singing them kind of music there. I don't hear you singing reggae and stuff, So it was, that. I had quite a few hits in the reggae market at the time. I had a song called I Love E. I had the song I did for Jat Hubby's Give Me a Mix. I had the song which was The Vibes and Tribulation, which I did for Ja Live. Yeah. Which that went out in America. It released in America. It released in Jamaica. I was on the B-side of Alton Ellis, actually, a song from Alton Ellis. So it was almost like that transition into soul and stuff, but there was certain soul that resonated with me. I wasn't really so much into the light stuff, even though I kind of went into it after, but I wasn't really too much.
So when you say, what was you listening to then? What was you?
I liked. It's weird because I liked the soul that you find that the Jamaicans resonated with.
Okay, more like the ballads kind of stuff.
I like ballads.
Yeah.
It's what I realize now. I didn't know what it was at the time, but what I realize now, it was more about songs that you can really identify with in life, right? Not just a love song, a ooey kind of. It was more about real real love songs.
Because it's funny, like what they call souls in Jamaica is like a lot of pop ballads. Yeah. So like the Celine Dion's and the Barbra Streisands. Yeah. But they call it souls. Don't they? Yeah. But I mean, we would over here call it like pop ballads. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they'll play your Westlifes and your Boyzones in a dance. Yep. That's right. Yep. But we wouldn't necessarily play that in a slow jam event over here. Right. It's just pop music. But over there they call it souls.
Now the interesting thing, interesting what you're saying. But, and that's fine tuned, even my thinking. Yeah. But it was almost, there were certain songs that almost like crossed over.
Yes.
So bear in mind, I'm coming from the dub scene, so there's certain tunes, and especially certain lyrics that I was listening for. And it's those kind of lyrics that almost like if you change the beat, not so much about the rhythm or whatever, but in terms of the beat, it would still fit. When I think of like Say a Little Prayer, when I think of Dennis Brown's 3 Meals a Day. 3 meals a day, no rent to pay, got no wives to obey, only the boss is getting paid, sitting in a 2x4, looking through the iron door. So that tells you he's in a prison. Yeah. Now it really puts you right there. Yeah. So when you talk about Aretha Franklin, Say a Little Prayer, it puts you right there. I can see her putting on her makeup. Yeah. And over time I realized, okay. But again, I didn't even realize that till late. So when a song like G-Spot came across now, which Orlando, as I said, the great guy, we had gone through challenges. Even to a point where we was going up to Birmingham to sell some records. And literally it was tough times. We went there with a bag of chips. We had to share a bag of chips. We got a drink each, but we had to share a bag of chips.
That's crazy.
Because, this is the things that a lot of people don't really know, don't really understand, and they're not prepared to put the work in. This is the work.
This is the work. This is the
right?
work.
And guess what? When we went there, our vibe was, okay, we've got a couple of shops that we know we'll take. No problem. But when we went there, the owner for the shop was away that day. So, we had to like use some pizzazz and chat up to a gal and thing and then just stay over for the night.
So the thing is, right, Wayne, so this is where, so like now you've just spoken quite openly about content and some of the songs that resonated with you.
Yes.
I Say a Little Prayer. He did say that, right?
Yes.
Aretha Franklin.
Yep.
And, he spoke about other songs that were quite meaningful words. So I want to know how you went from Say a Little Prayer to sitting down with your team and thinking, let's write a song about the G-spot.
Boy, it wasn't really. It was like when we say like the thing is, and that's very good. That's a good question. Think of it like this.
Yeah. Go on. Let me hear this.
What that thing?
I'm very intrigued.
Actually, let me hear this.
Let me hear this.
Right.
Yeah. What's your explanation?
Right. You see, with roots music and dub music,
Yeah.
it's all about reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was 26. I was 25 at the time.
Yeah.
Well, 24 when we kind of first started the project. And it was about reality. What Orlando saw in me was like, hold on, the girls are blinging off his phone. He's always checking gal. And you know what? What we can do now is that we can create a project and just, especially like sex was always a taboo up until that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in our community as
in
well.
our community.
We couldn't talk about it.
We couldn't talk about it.
We couldn't talk about it.
That was the thing.
Still can't.
Orlando saw
Yeah.
that part of it. He saw the taboo. He saw that part and said, you know what? This R&B movement that's happening, that started to come over from America, I believe that's the way forward. So even though he was the king of street soul at the time, he was like, no, this is the new vehicle. And you know what? We're gonna take you to a whole nother level. We're gonna take it, and when I say a whole nother level, not knowing how well it was gonna sell,
Yeah.
it was more about in the minds of like, that person that all the girls wanna have sex with, and all
Right.
the guys wanna be like. That
Right.
was his vibe,
Okay.
and it was like, okay, well, so the songs. He said, boy, I want some songs about like, what you guys get up to. I want you to just like, it's an open open window now.
Yeah.
You're opening the window to what you guys think about and what, and the thoughts. And that was, and really that kind of took us
And
in.
to be fair, because when did G-spot come out? What year was it?
That was 90, initially we actually wrote it in 93 and it came out in 94.
94. So by then,
yep.
the Americans changed the landscape of content
Yep,
because you had R. Kelly now,
that's right.
12 play.
Yep.
Lyrics were becoming a bit more.
Boys to Men,
Boy-
they were in
well,
the
Boys to-
charts with me.
What Boys to Men? At the same time. Was that End of the Road?
Yeah, in
Wow.
1992.
99. Wow. You see that there?
Yep.
You see that there? So, yeah, so they were
And
becoming
it's
a bit.
interesting because I'm doing a show with Boys to Men tomorrow. I'm on
Oh,
Boyz II
we'll
Men.
be there. I'll be there.
All right.
I'll be there. Yeah. That's a big show.
Yeah.
With Tony Braxton
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's
That's
right,
a big show. I'll be there. So it kind of fitted in really.
Yeah.
And I suppose we never really, I could be wrong. You can correct me. I don't think we had anybody on that kind of level in the UK doing R&B, being more specific sexually.
Well,
Was there tunes out at the time?
I'm the first UK R&B singer.
Oh,
I'm
there you go.
UK's first R&B singer.
There you go. You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
We're documenting everything. You see why it's good to talk, Angie? No. Let's get this into perspective. So we're documenting this. Wayne Marshall is the first UK R&B
Multi-award
singer.
winning R&B singer.
Multi-award winning. Can we put some respect on his name, please, this morning? Go give him a round of applause, please.
Appreciate that.
They're gonna learn today.
Yeah.
They're gonna learn today.
Appreciate that.
No. That's to be celebrated. We have to celebrate that. So before you, what was they doing before you then? Before you would say you're the first official UK R&B singer.
Mhm.
What were they doing before you?
Swing music, swing beat. So like I was very much into Teddy Riley, very much into Guy, Aaron Hall. I didn't even know about Charlie. Like I knew of the Gap Band, but I didn't know Charlie Wilson like that.
Right.
But my favorite singer's always been Stevie Wonder.
Mm,
So I always believed, if I heard any other voices, it's coming from Stevie Wonder.
mm.
And of course, getting more into the Gap Band, getting more into Charlie Wilson and stuff like that. Yeah, just but Aaron Hall, I would say Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall was my
That was
inspiration.
your inspiration.
That was the
Okay,
inspiration.
okay. And then following you, Wayne, what names are we talking about in the UK around the time? So Mark Morrison was
Mark
when?
came after.
Mark came after.
So Mark did a swing song first.
Mm.
I think
Crazy.
Yeah,
I remember
right,
Mark from
yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But the R&B, in terms of the definition of R&B, then you're looking at us. Because the first actual R&B tune that we heard that actually had all the elements, Elroy Bailey, rest in peace, of reggae, which street soul, so to speak.
Right.
And, the slow swing, should I say, was the Rude Boys. There was the tune by the Rude Boys, and it had the drop. It had everything, and that was the thing. I mean, we started working on the album. As I said, we were just working on tunes before Orlando actually got involved.
Yeah.
But when he heard that tune, now he said, "Wayne, the scene's gonna change," and the scene's gonna change. And what was that album that you was working? What was those tracks that you was working on? Now I was working on the track that many people wouldn't know. I was working on the album, and the album was with who we know now as Wookie. So his name was Jason Chu. So you see his credits, Jason Chu, on the album. But he was, and after he started, from that project, he moved over and started to work with Jazzy B, Soul to Soul.
Of course.
The rest, of course, is history.
Okay. So let's clear this up, because you're going to have a lot of people saying, is that true? Is that so?
That's all
so
right.
Even though we had the Omars and the Soul to Souls and the loose ends, what was that
soul.
Classified? That was soul.
Yeah.
Not art. We just want to... Just want to clear it up for the people that's not true. Because what about loose ends?
Yeah.
What about... No. Yeah. They were classified as UK soul artists.
These are great artists, man. These are great. These
our fourth,
legendary.
the legends.
Yes.
The legends.
Yes.
So of course, okay. Interesting. I love that.
And and what it was is that, I'll tell you a good story about that as well. When, as we say, it's sometimes I think it's not that we don't have, when I come back to systems, is that it's not that we don't have great artists, but the problem is there's no infrastructure.
Support network.
Right? There's no infrastructure to actually support the scene. So really what actually breaks through is those songs that just like, oh my God, and it just knocks people off their feet and then they go crazy.
Right.
Not like, okay, I don't like it just yet. Oh, I'm actually getting to like this now. Oh my God, I find myself singing the tune. Oh my God, this is my great song. There's no kind of, it almost like has to start already. So when, just for argument's sake, we did when G-Spot, we used that song as a single, and when we gave it to Jenny Francis, it was very interesting because Jenny Francis played it, and we listened to the tune before it, we heard the tune after it, and we said, oh, okay, as artists, it fits.
Yeah, it fits.
It seems like, okay, there's something, the sound, the way it kind of, the actual vibe of it feels good. So we went away, went to the shop, come back, and then, turn back on Choice. Jenny said, oh yeah, could you stop calling up for it, because we're gonna play that tune that you're all asking for. We're gonna play it again. We'll play it again tomorrow.
Okay.
Now the interesting thing is that the director of Choice, the director of programming, I think at the time, we'll know his name, but I'm not gonna say his name right now. But anyway, so he called Orlando in the morning and he said, Orlando, could you tell your people to stop ringing up for that tune? You know what I mean? Like and it was kind of like, can you tell them to stop ringing up for the tune? The receptionist came in and he was really upset. The receptionist came in and like the first thing on the answer machine, G-Spot, this tune is G-Spot. He says, we know that you had your people call up for this tune G-Spot. We know that because nobody's ever on the history of Choice has ever had that type of phone in before. Nobody, no American artists. So we know you're getting your people to call up.
Wow.
And so that, it just tells you in terms of the belief. So if we don't believe in our music, then who else is going to believe in it?
That's crazy. That is crazy. But that could, you know what? That could make a lot of sense though. Because if we're being honest, and I mean, big up Choice FM for whatever they did back in the days. But if we're going to be honest, they didn't really support a lot of homegrown,
All right.
No. We have to just talk it as it is. We can't rewrite history and pretty it up. And that's another problem we have as well. We don't talk what we're supposed to talk.
That's right. That's right.
We only talk about the good things. Let's talk about the things that are affecting the system moving forward. They didn't support the music, i.e., Marsha Ambrosius and Floasis. They blew up in America. Estelle blew up in America. Omar.
Sinclair.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
They might get a little one spin from the odd DJ, but playlisted, that's not happening.
That's right.
That's not happening.
That's right.
That's not happening.
That's
why I celebrate the legends. Because to me, it's all well you saying, yeah, I get it. They want to talk to all the new artists because of the numbers. Because it's a numbers game. I get it. I get it. But you wouldn't be doing what you're doing if it wasn't for the OGs. You have to pay respect and homage to the people that laid the foundation, that have broken the cycles. They paved the way. And that's why I always embrace the OGs on my show. I have to. I have to, because they need their flowers. Because you can't, Wayne, as a pillar of the UK movement and music industry, you can't go and do an interview on mainstream radio tomorrow just like that.
No.
Let's be real. That's not happening.
Definitely not.
That's not happening. Because they're going to say, what's he doing? And let's see his numbers.
Yep.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Not about what you've contributed. Do you understand? But God, I mean, God bless, the real ones. We have to look out for each other, man.
So
God
we
bless
just,
the real
we
ones.
just got to give thanks.
Yeah,
Jenny
man.
Francis played it.
Yeah.
And the people decided that, we're going to adapt this song.
Yeah.
And as a DJ, you better play it, because, we're going to be unhappy,
Yeah.
So, I just, as I said, we've got to give thanks. That tune broke, it broke the Wayne Marshall name and made it international. We gave, talk about Music House. We have people like Mike Brooks. We have these silent soldiers.
Yeah.
We have these silent soldiers in the community. Mike Brooks is one of them. It was him that said, Wayne, WePo's in town, Stone Love's in town, do a special for them. Because this time the tune was blown up, but of course they didn't. And, Stone Love was the one that, like, when they played it, they adapted it, and they're the one that broke it in the rest of the places, like, especially the Jamaican, the diaspora, the Caribbean diaspora.
Wow.
Yeah, massive,
Yeah,
So
massive.
we just got to give thanks for that network that we've had. We just got to really kind of, I think we've just got to, nurture it a bit more.
Yeah. No, salute, man. Salute. So it's been, how many years would you say that you've been in the industry now, the game, as it were? Would you say, 40 years?
Yeah.
40 years?
Yeah.
40 years.
Let me see. Yeah, 40 years.
40 years. So we're going to salute that again. We're going to applaud that as well.
Thanks.
40 years. 40 years in the game. Still here, still looking young, still looking fresh, Wayne. Salute to you.
You know
man.
what?
Yeah.
It's been a long, long time coming.
Moving into this next segue.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. So what's the change right now for you, Wayne? Tell me what's going on right now for Wayne.
Well, you know what? As I was so, as I said, I've been privy to around some of the greatest brains, and what I always found is that, like, especially from the music perspective, I'm dyspraxia. I've got, I've got dyspraxia, and what that does is that it affects how I process things. And looking at sequences and processes. So remembering stuff like that is difficult for me.
Right, okay.
So, and I always, as I said, I always draw back on those songs, Dennis Brown, My Share of Stevie Wonder, and just kind of looking at, especially like when you think of Motown and some of the greatest songs, when you think of Lauryn Hill, in terms of when they the songs that are written and the songs that are produced, it's about, bringing you to the feeling. So the song brings you to the feeling, but the words, of course, are more than feeling. It's about message. It's about stories. It's about connecting to life, and actually, giving hope. So I've always kind of gravitated towards that, and I did a song a little while ago. A Change Is Gonna Come. We did a Sam Cooke tribute, and going back to the Silent Soldiers, Keith Mindlink, one of the musicians, very much community based, and like pulling people together. He suggested, he got the gig with Alan Weeks, one of our greatest guitarists. Again, these are the silent heroes.
The
you know what I mean?
heroes,
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we did a tour with that, and Keith suggested that I did the Sam Cooke, 2 songs, but One Change Is Gonna Come is one of them. And I actually recorded it, I think about 2004. I recorded it.
Wow.
But as things were like, as I'm progressing, went to university to learn about music business, and did online marketing and stuff. And I kind of realized, hold on, this it was weird for me, because when I was at university, they're telling me concepts, right? And it was difficult to connect with, because I know our scene is different. You'd have, like, for argument's sake, you'd have lecturers coming up, and they said, okay, this is how we did this, and they got, yes, our company is a multi-million-pound company, and until the question is asked, how did you get into it? And they said, oh yeah, like, you're here at uni, yep. All I did, like, I had a degree in accounting or something like that, and I wrote off to some record companies to ask for a job. They had a job going, and I just, sent it off, and then I got the, passed the interview and got it. But none of them looked like me. But the thing about it also was that a lot of the concepts that it was, especially the online marketing one, was like, it took me ages to actually get to understand it, because these concepts are big concepts. But hold on, we talk about making a lot of content. You hear that now, right?
Yeah. Content creators.
Yeah, content creators. Okay, so what was Frankie Paul? What was Sanchez? They were content creators. When we were saying, boy, we are here too much Frankie Paul. I know. Remember when Frankie Paul, there's like 3 tunes released in a week.
Yeah.
But guess what? We had the infrastructure to see that. We had the record shop. So we had the record shop. We had the community centers. We had, we had DJs. We had the pirate radio stations. We had the house parties. Yeah, we had the house parties. We had the clubs. So we had a discovery system where it would go from the house party. A DJ might play it, and I don't care. I'm going to play it because I like this tune. And after it gets through the house parties, it might go to a club or a dance hall, should I say, and the DJs wouldn't get it till after.
Yeah.
Because the tune is popular.
Yeah.
But what's happened now? Noise pollution came in, cut out everything. The record shops cut out. So that didn't just cut out that for one, it didn't just cut out that thing, the record shop or whatever. It cut out a part of our economy. And it actually cut out part of our marketing system. So now we're just trying to go direct to DJs, and DJs like, well, no. So it's,
and community as well.
this is what we're talking about, the community center. You're totally right.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So we lost all of that. And so for me, it was like, you know what? All these concepts that they're talking about that sound like big, high words and whatever, we were doing it. That was our system. Our system, but it was a physical system, but it was a system. So it was like, so for me, it was kind of like looking at, okay, how can we start to use music to help educate us? Coming back to, because when you hear the song, you start to look in more like, oh, what's the song about? Yeah. And now it starts to kind of resonate a bit more. People, oh yeah, he's talking about prison, and so on and so on. Yeah. And now the conversation comes up. Yeah. So when we talk about A Change Is Gonna Come, which is why I'm releasing it now, is because I recognize, okay, you know what? It's not just about another song. We don't just need another Wayne Marshall song doing an R&B song that the youths are, now we need something a bit more in terms of bringing a bit of knowledge, a bit of wisdom to, to the rest of us. or to the younger youths, as opposed to just trying to dip in and say, my tune is better than yours, or you know what I mean? So a change is going to come is the first part of the project for that. It's part of a bigger thing, but this is the tune. And like, I have to say this because, and I'll say it in I'm reading it because,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So it's like people might say, how does the song connect to the story? Now, I kind of looking at, just what I talked about in terms of the Dennis Brown and the Aretha Franklins. So this now, look at it from this perspective. If you're part of the Afro-Caribbean diaspora,
yeah,
in the UK, and you've felt that the system, the invisible system, has been weaponized against you, right? My version of Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come, is for you. This timeless, right, civil rights anthem, I've reimagined it to speak to us today, right? Now, the great thing about social media, it's come and it's like literally just ripped open the core of all these invisible systems. Most people wouldn't know about the Theresa May low-hanging fruit policies. That targeted us directly. The Windrush generation, it targeted us directly. So it's like, because of that, of course, she got ousted. That was the main reason why she got ousted. So, so songs like this again is there to connect us together, to let us know, the fight seems like it's gone away, but the real deal is that it's still here. A change is going to come. It's going to mean a lot of things to different people. For argument's sake, I might feel that I need to change my health. Yeah. Many of us have diabetes. Many of us have heart conditions. Yeah. A change is going to come is, okay, you know what? Maybe this song might resonate with me to say a change. I need to change the way I do things, or how I've been told to do things, or how I've been taught to do things in order to make a change for the better in my life. So this song here is potent for me.
And check this out. We literally got about 5 minutes left in the building.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay.
So we're going to do something that I said is going to be, it's special for the listeners because it's, Anton, these moments like today is not regular moments. When's the last time we had two legendary artists like this in the studio at the same time? Who was the last? Was it, was anybody here with Tipper? No, yeah. We've had some moments. But this is very legendary this morning. You've been to my show about 3 times. But a change is going to come this morning. You know why? Because we're going to get you just to do the little acapella of Change Is Going to Come for the listeners. Can you do that this morning, Wayne?
I'm going to do that.
Can you do that, please, for the listeners?
We'll do that. That's not a problem.
Can you please? And because it's a moment, we're celebrating you and what you've done for 40 years for the industry, for the movement, for the game. And we salute you, my brother. You want to
yes,
I'll do yours as well.
Oh, yeah,
all right,
I'll
do yours as well.
Lovely.
All right, and this is live, and then we're gonna get Angie in as well.
Hold on 1 second.
I got it. Hold on.
That's the other way. So twist it around. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, how do we get it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
So live on the Universal Show, Wayne Marshall. As I said, he's been here a couple times, over the last few years. But what he's going to do right now is very, very exclusive for JusCoolRadio for the Universal Show. All right? Take it away, Wayne.
I was born by the river like the Sam Cooke song. We tweak the lyrics. And like the river, blood keeps running in my hometown. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it is. It's been too hard to live it, but I'm on a natural high. Even though the cracks small, kept there, stenching out the sky. I took my girl to the movies down the road from my crib. We get abuse from the postcode killer who wants to murder me from where I live. It's been a long time coming. Now I know we ain't got much time, but listen, I want to say, go to waynemarshall.co.uk and you will see the video and you will get the tracks. So I say, special request to my team, Sachet, Passion PR, Music Media Management, Consciously PR, Randall Fleming's Demonic Capo and Eradication Crew. I love you. We only got 5 minutes to go.
Whoa! Can we get a round of applause, please? Yo, that was amazing. That was amazing. Amazing. Wayne, you are
Blessings.
a star.
Yeah,
You are a star. We salute you, my brother.
Blessings.
My
Every
brother,
time,
you know.
King.
Listen, you see what I'm saying? No, some of the new artists, you need to take note, man. Seriously, you need to take note.
And when I'm
This is what it's about.
And while I'm live, I have to say to all my crew, big up the legend in the house, Angie Brown. This is our legends, trust me. Our
Yeah,
legends.
100%.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh. All right. So let's get Angie.
Quickly.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Angie, there's no way you could leave without blessing us. There's
Well,
no way.
the story is, you know, the small labels came to outshine the big labels and sign the raw talent, and then they started ripping off the artists, just like the major labels. And so I never saw any money from this track. So basically, I've gone out for the last 33 years singing it live every weekend to make up, you know, so that I didn't get kicked to the curb. And anyway, so here it is. We signed it to Armada Music, and they've been fantastic. And actually, some of the DSPs like Amazon and Spotify have been bigging me up as an artist, and I do things individually now. So I thought the best way to hurt them is to cover it myself, even though it's their song. You know, the songwriter don't get that much no more. It goes to the artist. Yeah. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to cover it. And then after that, we've got all these different genres of, you know, we got a cool boy, we got a club, we got a sort of dubby one coming up. Yeah, with that, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to fight fire with some more fire.
No, listen, you know, this is my last legendary show for 2025.
Yeah.
So I think I've got a couple of guests coming, but they're not legendary. They're more newer artists.
Okay.
So I'm saying it as we speak. This is my last legendary show for 2025.
Okay.
We're in the last month of the year, and
Yeah.
I'm going out with a bang with 2 legends on my show. So it's only right that listen, you think I'm going to get Angie Brown on my show this morning? And she's going to do a little 1, 2, 1, 2. What?
Yo, DJ, pump this party.
Yo, DJ, pump this party.
Are you ready, people? Oh no, let's go way back, way
Yo,
back
DJ, pump this party.
to the 90s. Yo, DJ, to the 90s. Yo, DJ, to the 90s, to the 90s. Yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, yo, DJ,
Yo, DJ, pump this party.
Why? You know you're gonna be my, yeah. You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be my baby. I'm gonna.
Yo, DJ, pump this party.
Wow, it's your time. You know you're gonna be mine. You know. Why? Wow, it's your time. You know you're gonna
boom, with a boom.
I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get you, yes I am. I'm gonna get you, baby. Oh, I'm gonna get you, yes I am. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get you, yes I am. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna. Yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, pump this party.
Right. I said I got a surprise for you, didn't I? I said I got a surprise for you.
Yeah, you said it.
You've never done
Santa!
this before. Even Mikey, even you're not prepared for this. And I'm gonna show the world how bad Angie is. Because she's gonna do the remix. And she's never done this remix before. She's never done it. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Check this out. Hold on there.
Are you gonna?
Hold on there.
Yeah.
Ah, you know what? No. It's not playing. Don't worry about it.
All right. Okay.
Well, you're lucky.
Oh, what did you want the?
Can you?
I like this is live, isn't it?
Yeah, it's live.
I love it.
Can you find Masters at Work? Let Me Love You instrumental. Yeah.
Okay, this is different.
This is different.
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
You love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the different style.
Can we
yeah.
just big up Wayne
Wayne,
as well?
can you come over here,
said
Wayne?
amazing-
Wayne,
Amazing things
Masters
that
at
you were
Work, Let
talking
Me
about.
Love You instrumental.
Thank you.
Yeah, so but listen, no, what a vibe this morning though, seriously.
Thank
What
you.
a vibe, seriously. What a vibe. So Wayne, quickly, could you tell us about when this project is actually launching, when it's coming out?
Yeah, you can go to the website right now and you can download it. Now, listen, I don't want to go too deep into it, but there was a story about somebody who was about to commit suicide, and when they heard a radio show just like yours,
Yeah.
they came on and said, "Oh my God, you've saved my life," and I was just about to commit suicide, and I'm listening, to the radio show. And it just distracted me. And now you've given me hope. You've given me energy.
Wow.
So when they go to the website, they can download it. I've taken that idea. They can download the song. They can pay whatever they want. They can pay $0 if they feel they can't afford it. Or if they want to pay £100, they can pay £100. Because I believe that whoever needs a song needs to connect with it. They need to have it.
Okay.
That's
okay,
it. So this is like,
Wow.
that's, these are how, music is about conversation.
Yeah.
And if we need to conversate now, let us conversate
Yeah,
now.
yeah, because it speaks all the languages, doesn't it?
That's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
That's the one. My apologies. It wasn't playing on my CD over there, but we got it now. You know me already. My name's Special, innit? So we like to do things kind of different.
Special.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna do this is the remix that Angie didn't even realize there was a remix to. Gonna Make You Mine over Masters at Work. Because remember, she's a house powerhouse. She's never done this before, nowhere. But when you do this one, you're gonna walk away from it and go, oh my goodness, it sounds wicked over that, you see?
Wow. What
Which-
was this released? To the...
No. You're gonna get instrumental, but you're gonna do I'm Gonna Get You Baby over this.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Like
This
a
is
challenge.
This is the challenge. This is the
Yeah.
Brixton version.
All right.
It's the first live DJ mix.
First live DJ mix, dub plate mix. Mikey, once this is done, we're gonna
We
get
need to coin this.
We're coining it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
DJs, don't teeth my ideas. Just close up your
Yeah,
ears.
yeah.
This is for the punters. All right, Anton, run it away.
baby. Yes, I am.
You got that, you got that.
Yo, DJ, pump this party.
Universal show, definitely on the way.
Yes, I am.
Special K dub play version. Listen,
Yo,
listen,
DJ,
listen.
pump this party. Yo, DJ, yo, DJ, yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, yo, DJ, yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, yo, DJ, yo, DJ, pump this party. Yo, DJ, yo, DJ, yo, DJ, pump this. Why? Yo, DJ, pump this party. Why? Yo, DJ, pump this party. Why? Yo, DJ, pump this party. Why? Yo, DJ, pump this. I'm gonna get you, baby. Yes, I'm gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you, yes, I am. Gonna get you, yes, I am. Gonna get you, yes, I am. Yeah, yeah. Gonna get you, yes, I am. Gonna get you, yes, I am. Gonna get you. Gonna get you, yes, I am. 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 Gonna get you. Right. Come on, Wayne. Come on. Let me hit the G-spot. Let me hit. Hey, the G-spot. Let me hit the G-spot.
Wait.
Early in the morning, let's hit it.
Give me your phone. We just do that. It's a vibe. Look, they requested it. G-spot, do the G-spot over this. Look, they requested it. They requested it, man.
You know your trouble, you know.
I don't care. This is special, bro. For the listeners. You ready? You ready?
You're not ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
You want to mix it down? Go. Let's go. Want to start again?
That's all right. Baby, look into my eyes when we're dancing in the club. I run my fingers down your thighs. Baby, that is not enough. No. If you think I wanna take you home after the first night, all the things that's associated, damn right. Oh yeah, 'cause I wanna hear you ooh, when I hit your G-spot, oh, baby.
Yeah. Listen, what you said? What you said?
It sounded really good.
That was bad. Wayne. Tell them none of the. You know they're gonna be ringing you now. You know there's beer DJ's gonna ring you now.
So yeah, remember to get the change is gonna come on Marshall.co.uk. you can price it. You can value it. You can price it. Pay what you want. You won't be judged.
Is there any last things you'd like to say before you get out the door this afternoon? It's been amazing.
I like to say, remember we've got legends and just support the legends. And support. I'm talking about legendary DJs as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just support the network because believe me, it's challenging. But you know what?
Diana said, "What a nice mix."
Yeah,
The G spot.
You see, Diana, she and Mixmaster J and Special K. You guys, right? I know Mixmaster J is gonna say, "Yo,
I want that. I want that.
see,
I want
alright,
that. I
so
want that."
You don't know what you've caused, right? Dania, you see, she's an ally. I think you guys have chatted this on strategy.
No, Diana's like, "Ooh, I like that version. What he just did. I like
That's a mod. It's a remix.
I like that."
Oh gosh.
The messages are rolling in.
So go to the website and you can also get specials. You see a page where our other services, and if you want the specials, we do the specials and all that stuff.
DJs do listen. Don't bother ringing Angie asking her for that dub. Don't do it. No, Angie, they're gonna ring you. Mikey, just tell them she's not doing dubs. She's not done.
I got all hot and sweaty.
Did you give out your socials, Angie? Did you do it? Did you do it?
Oh, what are my socials? It's just Angie Brown. It's Angie Brown on Insta, and it's Angie Brown on Facebook, and I think it's the real Angie. Is it Angie Brown official on TikTok? I think, and and I don't do X. It's a bit naughty for me, and I am on there if you want to follow me on there. And thank you for your love and your support.
Come on, man. Every time.
I'm on Spotify. I'm on. It's just like. I got all hot and flustered then. Yes. Little old lady having a hot flush, right? And you can see me on Spotify. You can see me on all the DSPs. Okay. So thank you for your time and energy.
Thank you, Angie. Seriously, thank you, Mikey. Each and every time, man. You guys, listen. Remember, it's not just me, it's all of us as a collective.
Yeah.
You made the show, so pick up yourself, Mikey. And you know what I mean? Thanks for the delayed responses, but I got back to a great show. Thank you. Wayne, no more to be said. Listen, I'll be back in the building next week, Saturday. We're going to have a break next week, Anton. I'm going to have a break. But we might have a big show at Christmas, but it'd be newer artists. Not legend. That's why I say this is the last legendary one for 2025.
Good.
The last one.
It's been a pleasure to be here. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. So big up you guys. All right. Listen, as we always say, if you can't be good, try to be careful. And if your intention is to do badness, just remember there's a price to pay for doing badness. If you don't learn from your mistakes, one day your mistakes will make you learn. Peace. I'm out.
Big up. Wow. Where you guys based?